Hi, how are you? This is Colette from Community Connection via Talkity Town Radio Vision. Thank you so very much for being a part. We are so sorry for being a little bit late, but we thank you for being with us today. In the building, we have Natural Black with us. And to my left and to your right is Chuck Finance. How you doing, Chuck? How you doing? How you doing?
Happy
How you doing?
Juneteenth, everyone.
Happy Juneteenth, everyone. We're
Right.
going to be talking about some things about Juneteenth. At this time, we are going to put on our de-stress music. Hey, Grover Washington Jr., Mr. Magic. Dun-dun, 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 dun-dun. Mr. Magic, all day, every day, all night. Come on, somebody. Bear with me. I need this de-stress music. Today was something else. Mr. Magic, Mr. Magic. Mr. Magic, all the time, is amazing. At this time, I would like to welcome into the room Natural Black. Please. Oh my goodness. Mike, I can't, there's no. Could you change this for me?
Mr. Black.
A little bit late, but still needed. He has come into the building with his manager, Mark Wallace, who wants to remain unknown, but in the background. But I don't know if I will have him so much unknown. I may have a couple of things to say. I want him to realize that we are very grateful for him, as we are for Natural Black. And at the same time, I want to also say we have another special guest in the building. She will be coming up momentarily, and I can't wait for you to see her because she is known as so Natural Black. How are you? Okay.
Yeah, it's a blessing, you know.
Oh, gotta be careful.
Let's put this down.
That speeches,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah,
There we
yeah.
go.
Awesome.
Squeaky.
So I was looking at your music and listening to your music this morning, actually. I had started late last night and I was listening. I was kind of, you know, how you cram for something, but I kept listening. There were 42 things, and I listened to 38 of them, and the rest of them were hidden.
Wow.
So I got a lovely education about you. I have a question for you. Do you have a favorite song that you have done?
Oh, me really know.
What's your
Sometime.
signature song?
Yes.
For me,
Yeah, for you. What's your signature song?
I listen so much other artists. It's like we don't even have a song for myself. But it must be I have a song we're saying if you keep calling on him, you will receive help. If you keep calling on him for things you needed, if you keep calling on him, you will receive help. If you keep calling, kind of we as a call upon the Almighty.
Yes.
Every
yes.
moment of the day, every second, every movement, every step, the Almighty have to be a part of your life because the times kind of serious, so you have to get serious with it, no?
Agreed.
And call
Agreed.
upon the Almighty because we need them guidance and them protection there. You understand?
Agreed. Agreed.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
know, you have a song that I was able to see the Babylon Paper.
Babylon Paper. Actually, I have two songs we name the same name. I don't know why the producer did it, but Babylon Paper. That's the paper them put in front of where them call the almighty dollars, So Rastaman say Babylon Paper.
I'm learning today. I'm learning.
And it kind of have the people them away,
Yes.
Yeah, most of the people them kind of function off of the almighty dollars scene, which is the Babylon Paper. So we have to put them in a writing and make them know, say, yeah, without these dollars,
What
can't
are
follow
you?
us.
Why reggae? Why not calypso? Why not soca?
For me, reggae is just the beginning because I can see myself, greater and greater and greater. So it's a start. So, and reggae always come with message,
Yes.
come with a message, and that is why I really like reggae like that. Because each one of the song them have something to tell you towards your life. And
I agree with you. I agree with what you are saying because oftentimes, and this one, I think you have here something called Fathers, and Father's Day was really this Sunday,
Yeah.
and you have something dealing with fathers, and I think that is something. I don't know of any artist that has something. Maybe I could be wrong. A reggae artist that talks about fathers.
Well, I want to show you, say, that particular one there, is about telling the father them to stand up to their responsibility. See?
Yes.
But me have a new one where I big up the father them, definitely. Just straight big up. Yeah. And them can look out for that next Father's Day.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am going to.
You say, fathers. This I want you for the fathers. We create the laws and the orders. Yeah. You watch travel at top speed. Yeah. Every woman, you not stop breathe. Yeah. Fathers. Listen up. Aye. Fathers, the little youth do not left them. Stand up to responsibility when you get them. Nourish and care and protect them. Don't want them, you
The $360,000 grand prize
real life
pyramid
happens
giveaway
here.
is
I
going
don't know
on now
why
through June
things
24th.
happen like
Win a
this
share of
to me. But what I will say, I got too excited. We're gonna start over again, as they say. You
say, fathers.
I will not touch it.
This I want you for the fathers. We create the laws and the orders. Yeah. You watch travel at top speed. Yeah. Every woman, you not stop breathe. Yeah. Fathers. Listen up. Aye. Fathers, the little youth do not left them. Stand up to responsibility when you get them. Nourish and care and protect them. Don't want them, you fi fetch them. Alright, fathers, the little youth do not left them. Stand up to responsibility when you get them. Nourish and care and protect them. In a good way, direct them. Yeah. Or you feel it fall at the burden pan mama. And have summer grow by grandmama. You don't realize them are raise the wrong banner. It's like Alice in a Wonderland. See, they want to see what them a do fi get $1. True, no proper teachings from Dada. Now them a live by the streets and the gandala. And whatsoever from Dana. Fathers, the little youth to the left them. Stand up to responsibility when you get them. Nourish and care and protect them. No one then you fi fetch them. Yeah. Alright, fathers, the little youth to the left them. Stand up to responsibility when you get them. Nourish and care and protect them. In a good way direct them. Yeah. Me know this little youth without shame and pride. Because the father does a slip and slide. Can't get the same full of tricks and lies. Only talk about tricks and fries. I better you give the youth all of the franchise. Remember no youth can't live on ice. You surprised when you see the weapon size. Where is the best advice? Me need a one. Jacko and Tony them. You want perform, but nothing wrong. Just take care of Naomi them. Don't give in. Fathers, the little youth to the left them. Stand up to responsibility when you get them. Nourish and care and protect them. No one then you fi fetch them. Alright, fathers, the little youth to the left them. Stand up to responsibility when you get them. Nourish and care and protect them. In a good way direct them. Yeah, me a preach like pastor.
You know, fathers are so important, and oftentimes heterosexual fathers are being attacked. And we are grateful for Natural Black for realizing that fatherhood is so very important in Bible.
Definitely for real, because you don't know. The youth them need them father, you understand me? Yeah, because sometimes them no want to listen to them mother. And when them see the father face, them get jumping.
Yes.
You know, realize, say, yo, father serious, I mean, ramp. You understand me? Yeah. So you got to be there.
You know, how long were you in Jamaica officially?
Portion of years, you know, like over 25 years, I can say.
Wow.
Yeah, from 95.
You know, I like the fact that you say that because you learned your craft.
Give thanks.
You learned your craft. You did what you had to do. We have to give him a hand clap for that. You are definitely a master of your craft.
Give thanks.
But one of the songs that I was looking at the same time that I was looking at this was Black No Cry, Smile. And to me, it was like giving a nod to Bob Marley. It sounded, like No Woman, No Cry. It sounded like that type of vibe.
Oh, cry, smile.
Yes.
Cry, smile.
Hey, this is for the woman, yeah. Hey, this is for the woman, yeah. If you ask me, I can tell you the things I know. Cause I'm always on a in and out. The valleys, the mountains, the hills I roam. Exercising the skills I know, yeah. There comes a time in life when you need a change, hey. When it's time for me to make a move, your face gets rearranged. Hey, don't give me no cry, smile. And you know, things me I try find, yeah. Cry, smile. You know, the work is at night time, yeah. No cry, smile. Oh, me there, things me I try find, yeah. Cry, smile. Hey, change your profile. I want you to know that the world is full of craziness. Digital elements, modern technology, increase laziness. Say them want money, take themselves from off of the babyless. Now baby me that, now baby me this, now check the herbalist. Hey, no cry, smile. I don't know, things me a try find, yeah. Cry, smile. No more work is at night time, yeah. No cry, smile. Oh, me there, things me a try find, yeah. Cry, smile. Cry, smile. No, yeah.
You know, for me, when I hear that song, to me, it's like a nod to Bob Marley. No woman, no cry. To me, maybe that was not what you were trying to do, but to me, I think sometimes you mirror people and you don't even realize that you're doing it.
Okay, and for me, it's like, the artist always on the road.
Yes.
You come in, change your clothes, all are fresh, and ready to go up on the road again.
Right.
So sometimes the woman don't understand the part there. So when you look on the features, you look on the woman's face, you can see a cry within the smile.
Oh.
Like she said later, but it don't look so nice. So I said, don't give me this cry smile. You know my work is at night time. And things may I try fine. So
In fact, if you had your way, you probably would have I gotta find this real quick.
Give her some more time.
Yes, give her some more time.
Yeah,
And hopefully she'll be okay. This one.
Just like that. Me no remember where me get the loving from, but it nice. Coulda be Susie too, we coulda be Joyce. Nice. She touch me and she squeeze me, make me jump and rejoice. Nice. Every night and day she keep me singing. Wonder if the girl will give me the number at the mall. Coulda be the teacher from Douglas of Lamar. Coulda be Michelle Stacy or Tamara. Or the lawyer with her the car. From me bunga, she said me I love the power. So me get pronounced and I'm the real mega star. The guy that have still I see I did take me far. Right to the night of me and her. Me no remember where me get the loving from, but it nice. Coulda be Susie, Anika or Dice. Nice. She touch me and she squeeze me, make me jump and rejoice. Nice. Every night and day she kept me singing. Yeah. I'm not sure if it was Friday, but I know I was on the highway, cruising and doing things my way. No other highway. Yeah. Me had a nice time, so me have to confess. The only thing me remember was the African dress. Full of colors was what the African dress. Me tell her give me more, nothing less. Yeah, me no remember where me get the loving from, but it nice. Coulda be Susie too, we coulda be Joyce. Nice. She touch me and she squeeze me, make me jump and rejoice. Nice. Every night and day she kept me singing. Yeah. It was the 5th of the 6th of December 1990 something me no remember. All me know was a feminine gender. Right to the buckle like the muscle and I see you again. Yeah, I need you as my dear friend. Yeah, I see you again, yeah. I won't be done, no, yeah. Me no remember where me get the loving from, but it nice. Coulda be Susie too, we coulda be Joyce, so it nice. She touch me and she squeeze me, make me jump and rejoice. Nice. Every night and day she kept me singing.
Yes, they do. That is the anthem, as they say.
Nice.
In order for us to be the best person that we can do, sometimes we have to make those sacrifices.
Yeah, real talk.
May I?
Yes.
For everyone who doesn't see what we see, everyone in the studio is bouncing up and down like it's a party. And one thing about Mr. Black right here, when I'm watching, he's having a good time.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that means so much, especially when you are putting out music that is for us, that's for us to understand that everything's gonna be okay.
Yes,
Just be nice.
Yes, nice.
And that's all. And I just want to the room is exploding. Desiree Alston, Ingrid. I'm just gonna name quick. Adam, Pax, we're not shouting out names because this
Pax LaRose.
it's all moving so quick. So we appreciate everyone
Bless
for
up,
typing
bless
in.
up.
So keep typing. So we're gonna hang out a little bit more.
Yeah,
We're gonna
man.
enjoy
Yeah, man.
this fine music.
It's nice, you know.
Yes, it is. It
Yeah,
is.
nice, it's nice, it's
Keith
nice.
Roberts.
Yes.
Desiree, we got you. We got you. We see you guys in the room. So
We
keep
are not
typing, yes.
ignoring you.
It's
I
just
know.
moving so fast. So
Okay.
yes.
And I don't have my phone. My phone is charging. When my phone stops charging, I will definitely be able to get in and also to help with the names.
We got Terry in the room. Oh my gosh. They must have knew you were coming.
I wonder
They
how.
must have knew you were coming. All right.
Nice, it's nice, it's nice.
Yes,
So
yes.
we're gonna have a party for the next 2 hours.
Let me tell you. And also for me, I love the fact that you had this thing called make sacrifices because so many people do not want to make sacrifices. But to get to any level, you have to do sacrifices. We're going to listen to this. And wait, somebody was trying to call. Did I? Okay, call back. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't know. It's not playing. Maybe this one.
We can't set, yeah, beyond hard. Nothing to start it. Diplomatic words to the floor. Yeah, how are you gonna make it? How are you gonna make it? How are you gonna make it? Nothing on day.
We're so grateful for you.
Things said they get beyond hard. Nothing to start it. Diplomatic words to the floor, straight coming from the carpet. Yeah. I've got you covered for days, like an ordinary corset. Yeah. I know one no older, no achieve, and nothing no started. Hey, gotta make sacrifice. Yeah. If you wanna make it, great sacrifice. Yeah. Prepare your mind to face it. Make sacrifice, yeah. If you wanna reach somewhere, please don't let opportunity disappear. Yeah. Every day I know you out there working hard to survive. If you not surprise yourself, you're not gonna get no surprise. Hey, I am. Meanwhile, you're out there, mind should synchronize, and working in love and unity, positive vibes. Hey, just make sacrifice. Yeah. If you wanna make it, great sacrifice. Prepare your mind to face it. Just make sacrifice. Yeah. If you wanna reach somewhere. Don't let the chances disappear. Already done, already done. Under that my vision, yeah.
Go ahead,
You
Mark.
shall only eat bread by the sweat of thy brow. Yeah, I need the fun, you need the fun, but too much blood run. Yeah. And if you just sit there and wait, to wait until thy kingdom come, gotta make sacrifice. Yeah. If you wanna make it, great sacrifice. Yeah. Prepare your mind to face it, make sacrifice. Yeah. If you wanna reach somewhere, don't let the chances disappear.
Yes, and yes, yes, and yes.
Okay. I have a question, personal question for you.
Yes,
Name
bro.
your top 3 influences that made you want to sing.
Okay.
My top 3 influences.
Top 3 influences that
Musical.
made you want to sing.
It could be musical, it could be family, it could be whatever.
Yep.
Barry Salmon.
Ah!
Boogie Banton.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Lenny Kravitz.
All right, there you go.
Yes, yes.
There you go.
Well, guess what? We have something that I believe is a nod to Buju Banton called Trying.
I know it's no business in life get you down. Got to be strong. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, yeah. Ay, ay. So many words of
have been broken. A full time would have been up all the token. Unless money for you where you supporting. Look you buy me out with no token. That children would know always provoking. Would not go find natural black loafing. When one door is closed, now the door is open. You got to keep trying. More and more trying. And you must sweet for sure more trying. When the blessing is so pure, so you got to reach out open doors. Sing again. Trying. More and more trying. And you must sweet for sure more trying. When the blessing is so pure, so you got to reach out open doors. Watch out. We don't have no time for freeze off. And no matter where them say me nah ease off. I would me get the finger them squeeze off. Me have to go complete this, me nah leave off now. I have no time to delay, I will be working each and every day, even though obstacles in my way, according to your works, you got to keep trying. More and more trying. And you must see it for sure, more trying. When the blessing is so pure, so you got to reach that open down. Trying. More and more trying. And you must see it for sure, more trying. When the blessing is so pure, so you got to reach that open down. Me feel a little bit of life for each every time. Me know for sure this time, dollars are feared. Sometimes me a get me and tell them I'm my friend. All with me gonna get burned. Yo, so me go tell them sorry them fi watch it. Or the big man me a watch me the a touch it. When me get it, you know me nah go dash it. Because a long time me they are so alright. You got to keep trying. More and more trying. And you must sweet for sure more trying. But the blessing is up here, so you got to reach that surrender. Trying. More trying. And you must sweet for sure more trying. But the blessing is up here, you got to reach that surrender. So I said now so many.
After that trying, you have, as you're trying, questions are coming up. So we're going to wonder, question, what is the question?
I know the people them cars to set the laws. I know the people them cars to set the laws. Watch it out, I'm going to check it out.
Yes.
Question. If the herb is illegal,
And it's legal now.
Hey!
Hey!
Separate the individual. No against the healing of the nation. If the herb is illegal,
It's legal now.
the cigarette and alcohol. To it to benefit the poor man. And not controlled by Babylon. This thing should be considered. I think them fist up make this damn cigarette. A long time me I tell them say this damn thing of it. It's like a loaded gun to your head. And the trigger me a press. Oh you be find the earth wage of this. Don't go drink the rum and them go left futureless. Make a whole heap of mistake where the computer make. I know me see them want to make a step, but in a over grip. If the herb is illegal,
It's legal now.
the cigarette and alcohol. You separate the individual. No one fight against the healing of the nation. If the herb is illegal, what happened to the cigarette and alcohol? So we can benefit the poor man. And not controlled by Babylon. I don't know so many things out there for you to target. Like the rejected food upon the market.
I loved your vocals on that. It reminded me a lot about Buju Banton because you are such a versatile artist. That you can sing anything and it becomes your own. And that is amazing. Not too many artists can say that.
Yeah,
You know?
that's why we say we start with reggae, kick off with reggae, and then,
Well, someone wants to answer you a question. Hello? Hello, General. How are you? General? Hello?
General.
General. It's not coming through, Mike.
I can hear.
Speak up, General. Let's see if we can hear you. Okay, let me see if this, just a moment. It's not. All right, just a moment.
As we're getting that prepared, if you are in the room, please type where you're
It's not
coming
through
from.
the speakers.
We have, I'm looking at over 60 people in the room. So text and type us, let us know where you're hailing from. So we can give you a shout out. So we see a whole bunch of people.
Heal
So
up world.
Yes.
Me have to big up the world.
But every song I've heard so far has a message.
I tell
Every
you,
single song.
that's
A positive message at that.
Okay,
that's the sweetness about
All right,
reggae.
thank you.
Yes.
Telling
all right.
you.
And
Go ahead.
you're taking me back to the 80s. To
Yes,
the early 70s, the 80s, when it was like positive stuff.
yes.
I'm talking before dance hall. It
Yes.
was just the
Yeah.
reggae was like, oh my God.
Ska,
Yes.
roots.
Yes. That's what I grew up on.
Well, we're letting them know we're still here, you know.
Yes. Yes. That's
Bob
the
Marley
basic.
done tell them all tired for seeing face, you know, so I can't get him out of the way. So that is the message, you know.
I really truly like that. General, please speak again.
Yes, you can hear me now?
Go ahead again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can hear
awesome.
me?
Yes.
General.
Okay. All right. I have a question, and believe you me, I want to say good night to Colette and Chuck.
Good
Hi,
night.
good night, General.
And this question, goes to Natural Black.
Zin.
Okay?
Um,
Now, the question is, because I know the music is good and everything is on the money, but the question is, Natural Black, how do you work this out after each show? Do you actually go home with a young lady? Or you say, no,
my
man, not tonight,
God.
not tonight, not tonight. Bye, not tonight, some other night. Or you actually go home with someone?
Yeah, I'm tell him, say not tonight, some other night. Tell him not tonight, not tonight.
You're smart, boy. Hey, look, man, I look forward to see you in person, man. I tell you, I have your music, and you really doing good out there. Just keep up the good work, man. I'm gonna leave room for someone else.
Yeah, man, I'm glad for the strength again, seeing. Big up yourself, General. To the world!
You
That's
get it.
it.
Happily.
That's right.
Okay.
More than all the road that is
right?
rockily.
Good thing there.
Yes,
Cool,
General!
cool.
I think General's trying to hook you up or
I
something.
know General's trying to get him in trouble.
All right, Melinky.
Trying to get you. Trying to get you part of his
General.
family.
General is a mess. General is a mess. A whole mess. I don't know.
I never
what
prepared for that question last time.
He is hilarious. General is hilarious.
I wonder if you more call again.
Okay.
Come on, some
I saw
mad
what-
question, you know.
They
Okay,
left.
Natural Black.
Yes.
Okay. Who would you love to meet in the business that you haven't met before? Better yet, who would you love to perform with? And we're going to put it out there.
Me, I want to singer in my head right now, you know. Champion singer, you know.
Oh.
The biggest singer in the world right now, you know.
Okay.
CC Winers, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're putting that out there.
Yeah,
CC.
man, I might sing that,
We're
man.
putting that out
Our
there.
people will talk to your people.
Yeah,
If
man.
you
yeah,
hear
man.
this, you got a
So
talented.
we can do a big combination. This for me not a collaboration. It will be a combination.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah, a combination, a combination.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hello. How are you?
Boom. Pleasant good evening to everyone.
Hi. Good night and good evening.
Natural.
Up.
Big up yourself, brother.
Way up there
Mr.
with
Michael
saying.
Lee, Rupert C.
Aye. Respect.
Natural, you know, he's talking to you.
Yeah, man, may the voice, man.
Son, right?
To the world.
First, I want to say, President, thank you very much, Grace Hill, Talk of the Town Radio. You understand me with your presence, you understand me? And it's a big thing for me. You see me?
That we say.
You know, say that you're there about, right?
Yes, I.
Number two, I would love to have you on my show from Saturday from 7 to 9. You understand me? Guyanese music and culture.
That can
Please
be
and
organized.
thanks.
That can be organized. Less
You
than 3.
understand me? And next thing, I want to say thank you very much for putting his music on a platform that they got for call your name. You know what I mean?
Give
And
thanks.
continue doing what you're doing on behalf of Talk of the Town Radio, Guyanese Music and Culture, Patriot Sound.
Never
You
stop.
understand me? Quincy Robert, big up yourself, continue doing what you're doing. And
See
we
it,
here
see
to
it.
make sure that you see what you got to see in the future, what's best for you. You
Alright.
understand me? And as always play your music, always support you. You understand me? Like I said, it's a pleasure having you in that studio.
Respect to the world.
Yeah.
Big up yourself
Big up
again.
yourself.
Thank you, Quincy. Thank you
One
for
love.
calling.
You know, it's
You're
something.
welcome.
It's something
Be well.
when the world acknowledges you, but I think it's more important when the family acknowledges you and they let you know you're doing a good job.
Yes, I.
Because you know
Yes,
sometimes that's the hardest people to
please,
to
yeah,
please
yeah,
is your
yeah,
family.
people,
But when
yeah,
your
family.
family says that's mine, that's so important.
Yes.
That's so
Great
important.
acknowledgement, for real.
Yes.
Thanks again.
And, you know, many times when we have asked the questions and we are tried, we need to conquer them.
To the best. Conquer them.
I did. I don't know why it's not playing.
Give it a second. Okay.
She's not a DJ. She just play one.
Oh, you know what? Whatever.
Okay. So we're having a good night. We're
I don't
having
know what's
fun
happening.
here. And as she's queuing that up,
Yeah, it's here. It's supposed to be playing, but it's doing its own thing.
so do you your shows, do you close out on the signature piece? Do you hold back and just, you know that this is the one that's going to get everybody up at the end?
No, it's all about the fans, them, you know.
Okay.
And sometimes you go with the settings where them see something different, you know.
Right.
And they will call for some song, and whatsoever them call for, we just
Right over there.
deliver.
Just
Yeah, we just deliver. And we
Okay.
in a million song, you know, so we're full of song.
Got it,
For
got
them
it.
call, we just beat it. You understand?
Because I know some artists who are like, that last song is like the song that everybody wants to hear. So when they leave the venue, they're all singing the same song.
Yeah, but you will go at a stage show where you have a limit amount of time.
Got you.
So you run on with fire straight, no smoke. Just fire. And I love you. God bless you till we meet again.
They're like, no, don't go, no.
You haven't sing my song.
One more.
I'm telling you.
But you know, they will come at another show and see if they can catch the song that they missed from the last time. And we have it for them.
The next one, and the next one is The Insanity, which I have to put in with Gregory Porter. Okay. Insanity by Gregory Porter and Layla Hathaway. And the reason I'm putting that one on is because the insanity of not actually getting to hear his songs is a little crazy. But I'm going to get it fixed. I don't know how. I don't even know why it's messing up, to be honest. But what I will say to you is this. Question for you. Where do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years?
Well, you know, it's a legendary status, you know. Them have go crown me again and then crown me on next and then crown me. About 7 crown, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so just being the great of all time, I don't know. The great of the greatest, nothing less. You don't know.
Now, do you write your songs?
Most of them.
Most of them. Got it.
Most of them. I got a few songs from a few people,
Okay.
you know, like
Right.
just like in the movies.
Just like in the movies is nice.
Yeah.
What is the background that of the R&B song that you are playing that's giving it its depth?
In just like in the movies?
Yes.
I don't know, maybe the beat.
Yeah.
Because the beat was done by Sly and Robbie. So everything great about that song.
Okay.
Great musician, great producers, Arthur Whale, I don't know, Free Willy Production. And the video also,
Can I plug
great people.
Yeah,
So everything about it.
You know, one thing about
Not
the
gonna be the video, it's gonna be the
the
street song.
authenticity
fine.
of artists is when they give
Just
their
press.
background people credit. You know,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of
for
a
real.
lot of them don't do it. They don't understand that if it were not for those, the
The song- yeah, the
producers, the
songs
writers,
wouldn't
I
that
wouldn't
big.
be, and that shows your humility.
Yes,
And
I
yeah,
yes
and
I
that,
have
yes,
to
I really like
He
that.
is very
recognize the
humble.
people
He
because
is very.
especially like a engineer.
Yes,
An engineer
Like-
always behind the scene.
like Mike,
Like
Big
Mike.
Mike. Gotta shout out
Michael
talking-
Diablo
talk-
Luther
talking to
in
town,
the
Big Mike.
building.
They don't
For
be
what's
on
for
the
the
scene.
engineer. Gotta turn them lights on.
They make it sound good. They make it sound good.
Very good. And
Yes.
they cut and they help with all the fires.
Even when you're hoarse.
Rise we are rise on them. Wise we get wise on them.
Conquer them.
Rise we are rise on them. In an angel good and never be with friend. When the wicked came upon me to eat up my flesh, they shall all stumble and fail. Some other people never know me, and yet they wanna slow me, so me give them the treatment as well. You never know the things I know is far ahead of your ground. So take it slow and let it go. The way you represent your throat. Conquer the best of them, dismantle the rest of them, because them occupy the youth them space. From the justice of them, lock out them oxygen. No more wickedness can never take place. Conquer the best of them, dismantle the rest of them, because them occupy the youth them space. From the justice of them, lock out them oxygen. No more wickedness can never take place. Oh yeah, you take the youth and you go baptize them. No them now have to go to church and you chastise them. With your smiling face up by them. Diplomatically always up by them. Oh you, me sister you know and the youth them fi move a inch. Tighten up the vice grip so when they move a pinch. You always wanna be approved of things, but you no love for yourself the something. Conquer the best of them, dismantle the rest of them, because them occupy the youth them space. From the justice of them, lock out them oxygen. No more wickedness could never take place. Conquer the best of them, dismantle the rest of them, because them occupy the youth them space. From the justice of them, lock out them oxygen. No more wickedness could never take place. You tell me say you're smart, element smarter. You want to play a part, but not even a quarter. Disrupt the man, them and answer the data. Make me tell you this, see how time is the master. Yo, we don't know what them checks say. Yo, you put to certain things and get well. Yo, you have to pay for the damage you left there. Or else you live your life and get that well. Conquer the rest of them, dismantle the rest of them, because them occupy the youth them space. From the justice of them, lock up them oxygen. No more wickedness.
You know, let me tell you, when I heard conquer them, I said, "Oh my gosh, this is like another war."
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, and what I love is that this is like time. You're in that time in the 2000s when the 2000s were kind of leaking as far as reggae. Reggae was no longer doing what it used to do, especially when we're dealing with roots reggae. It was like you brought back manners, you brought back reasons, you brought back structure.
Well, that's the way we grow, you know. We grow proper, you know, so you gotta bring out the things that we know, you know, and encourage the people them to do the same thing.
Yes.
You understand me? Respect the elders them, you know. Read and pray and all these things, so we just continue and give them encouragement.
And correct me if I'm wrong. The roots music, everybody could sing. Grandma could sing it.
Yeah,
Little
it's a
child could
balance.
sing
Yeah,
it.
it's a
That,
balance.
I mean, it was all about something, a meaning, getting through something, going through something, feeling good about something.
Yes,
So
aye.
it was that music that
Yes,
it was
aye.
played in the house and everybody sung it.
True.
And that's
Right there.
and like Colette said, you bringing that back. And again, I was raised in the '80s, and this is what I'm used to. So yeah, I'm feeling it. But you guys, I wish I could turn the camera around so you guys can see the audience that are sitting here. So
Yeah,
Mr.
actually,
Natural Black,
we
you
have,
got-
I'm telling you,
we
the
got-
audience is loving what's happening here. And I think that the pride that Guyanese see in seeing you,
Yeah.
not only in America, but singing the songs and knowing that you are Guyanese it gives them a sense of belonging in the reggae world that I don't think has ever been felt before.
Yeah. And I think they like the maintenance, because sometimes you start good and start get slacky tied in the way along the way. So the maintenance is very good.
Continuity.
We have a continue because when I look and see, because America is a history place, see?
Yes.
When I go around New York, I see a lot of structures that being built from the 18th century.
Right.
And it's still up to this time. So I realize it's maintenance.
Yes,
So,
it is.
you keep up the work and you look good.
Yes.
You look good.
It is maintenance.
Thanks.
And that Lady Ira, who is out of New Jersey, but is well known as promoter. She used to be the manager for Pamela Maynard, who died tragically of a heart attack, I believe. And she is going to be giving you a Lifetime Achievement Award on July 9th in New Jersey, in Orange, New Jersey. We look forward to this, man. You deserve this honor.
Wow.
Is this the first time we're hearing this?
This is the first time.
Live.
Well, for me and my work, I always prepare for everything, I prepare for the Grammy Award, I prepare for run the Billboard chart, I prepare for everything. So.
You got your speech already? I want to thank my God, I want to thank my mom.
And I must big up Lady Ira for acknowledging Natural Black to this level.
Okay.
A force award he got from talking to radio. I give him a Obo Jam.
And thanks for reminding me because
awards on top of awards.
What was the award?
It was a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Okay. So the Lifetime Achievement Award giving continues. Not only in New York, but now in New Jersey. So I'm saying July 9th, be there or be square. We have several buses going from New York to New Jersey for July 9th. It is a Guyanese American family fun day. The children are going to have fun. Adults are going to be having fun. Tents are available for purchase. And we had last year 2,000 people, and this time is meant to be even bigger. Food everywhere. People just going and collecting plates. I believe I said Lifetime Achievement Award does not mean that you are performing. It just means you're receiving the award. But I think many come out anyway and support. Give him his flowers while he is still alive. We are too eager to give flowers after people die. Enough of the nonsense. We need to give them while people are still alive.
Right now, no.
So you're getting Lifetime Achievement Awards at 28. At 28. Great Lifetime Achievement Award.
This is one of my favorite songs. I always find a way to put it in. I'm going to see if it actually will play this time. It's called Insanity. It's playing. Gregory, this is real life. Gregory Porter, who I know personally, he's like a brother, and Layla Hathaway.
We ever lose our minds and fall apart, knowing we're the only ones to heal each other's hearts. Bring your love on back to me. Stop this insanity before we go too far.
Come on, Layla. How did we ever lose our way and try to say love is a losing game? Should have never tried to play. Bring your love on back to me. Stop this insanity before we go too far.
We were lovers, and the best of friends. And I hope that we can be that. Oh, until the end.
Until the end.
Sometimes the lover will stay mad forever.
Can be angry,
but it takes a friend to remember that they love them.
But it's always the friend inside that will make amends. Oh, how did we ever lose our way and try to say love is a losing game? We will never be the same. Bring your love on back to me.
Bring it back to me.
Stop this insanity before we go too far.
Before we go.
Come on. Yes.
Before we go too far.
You know, before we go too far is always important.
I strategically do not play this song on my playlist because I know every Monday night I'm going to hear it.
Okay. Okay. So this is a cover version of Natural Black featuring Lisa Punch, A Whole New World. Isn't that a whole new world?
Yeah, the original.
Oh, okay, all right, come on. Come on.
Okay. Okay. You know who sang this? Regina King and
People Bryson.
Yes.
People Bryson, Regina Bell.
Regina Bell.
Thank you. Thank you. Wow. I have never heard anybody do this in reggae. No one.
I can show you the world. Shining, shimmering, splendid. Tell me, princess,
Percy, thank you.
you last let your heart
Come on, this is from Aladdin.
I can open your eyes.
Disney classic.
Take you wonder by wonder. Over, sideways, and under. On a magic carpet ride. A whole new world. A new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world, a dazzling place near you. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now
Lisa Punch in the building.
world with you. Unbelievable sight, indescribable feeling. So
Come on, put up your candles and wave them. Oh, wow.
I'm like a shooting star. I'm gone so far, I can't go back to where I
Horizon to pursue. I'll chase them anywhere. It's time to spare. Let me share the whole new world.
You need to buy this single. You're not going to find it anywhere else. What album is this from? Do you remember? It's a single. I thought it was a single. Buy this single. You will never hear this again. I have never heard it. And I listened for this stuff. Come on. Bop, 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 right? Bop, 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 bop. We have Shasha coming up. Shasha. So, a whole new world. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I would like to hear from you, one big family. Honestly, I think that's one of the, I really like that tune. Honestly.
Yeah, we are family. Yeah.
That's it. Same side to go. Yeah, man, that's how we live, man. That's it. Same side to go. Think I should let you know.
One
What
big
life had
family.
taught me for I to be true and smart. My life is lit in the story, so I gotta play my part. Makes no sense. Getting things out of order. No violence, no political border. 'Cause we are one big family. Can't you see it? Living in love and harmony. Can't you feel it? We are one big family. Can't you see this? Living in love and harmony. Everyone wanna make the news fuss, so they come in with some new stuff. Doesn't matter if it's them or you fuss. Let's get rid of this new cuss, yeah. Tribal war would have built. Politics are gonna serve you. Don't let the wicked man tempt you. Smile and let's go. We are one big family. Can't you see this? We living in love and harmony. Can't you feel it? We are one big family. And the winner, living in love and harmony. Let's enjoy.
Yes. You know, when you realize that we are a big family, you have to understand that love is going to conquer evil.
Yeah.
And you know, and I think that when you are looking at certain things, you have to realize what you're dealing with. Roots reggae.
Hey, I do believe in living. I do believe in love. Hey. Together, that's how it should be. Hey, put all difference aside and let that love abide. Yeah. Prepare yourself for tomorrow. Trample the shame and pride. Hey, you don't want to be off track at no time. Yeah. So if it's time you need to know yourself, you are gonna get more time. Hey, I do believe love gonna save the day. I do believe love gonna let the children lead the way. I do believe love gonna save the people. I do believe love gonna conquer evil. Hey, different minds are clash up. Hey, look like the business mash up. All kind of negative vibes are splash up. Hey, tell me what's up. Hey. You should always remember the good things that they teach you. Yeah. And if you keep it in your head, certain things not gonna reach you. I do believe love gonna save the day. Yeah, I know love gonna let the children lead the way. I do believe love gonna save the people. I do believe love gonna conquer evil.
You know, there's nothing like love in this world. There is nothing like love.
Yes,
you
that's
know,
the universal language.
yes,
you know?
it is.
Love
It
gonna conquer them.
is. And you know what? When we know love is going to conquer the people, none shall escape.
None shall escape.
You should know, oh, I'ma get me on the style. None shall escape without my vision. That
Not even the dogs, not the walls that they piss on.
Come on.
I am not a part of your religion. And not the politician. Yeah. None shall escape without the vision. Not even the dogs, not the walls that they piss on. I am not a part of your religion. And not the politician. Yeah. Let the government see them flex and jury. Show them message them go on like them not hurry. Them too much meat and them drink too much dairy. That's why them get so tired and weary. Yeah. Up on the mission and me see so them failing. Collect me things and them no one for sharing. Wood and the balls and Thomas and Mary. Open to get this clearly. Yeah. None shall escape without me vision. Not even the dogs nor the walls that they piss on. I am not a part of your religion. And not the politician. Yeah. None shall escape without the vision. Not even the dogs nor the walls that they piss on. I am not a part of your religion. And me not join with no politician. Police, no for yourself and not protect the people. Instead of that, no molest the people. Taxpayers' money, so no wreck the vehicle. Fight against the good and not protect your evil. Within a second, they will deceive you. And they will do this without no reason. Night and day, right through the fourth season. Never let the wicked intrigue you. None shall escape without me vision. Not even the dogs nor the walls that they piss on. I am not a part of your religion. And not the politician. Yeah. None shall escape without me vision. Not even the dogs nor the walls that they piss on. I am not a part of your religion. And me not die.
Yes, none shall escape. None shall escape. And I tell you, if none shall escape, what is going to happen then? We are going to be about Nubian business. Okay. Yes, yes, and yes. We got to get to Nubian business.
Loyalty. And when you work, you get your royalties. Hey, 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 hey. That's right. Yeah. See them again. If me and you in our business, you can't talk the business in a crowd. No. Work from small now, get this big. We make it unto me like you no proud. Hey, hey. If me and you in our business, you can't take the business out the road. Hey. Go to the struggle over the years. Now what time for ease off the load. Hey, you have to know who you are talk to. And you have to know who you are walk to. Remember you did have dogs about to. But for the blessings that make you gone through. Hey, but I know them still want you. So for life, me know them a go haunt you. You have to go your King Selassie and chant you. Burn the fire upon fast food, no farm fool. Hey, if me and you in our business, you can't talk the business in a crowd. No, work from small, don't get this big. We make it unto me like you no proud. Hey, hey, if me and you in our business, you can't take the business out the road. No way. In a struggle over the years. Hey, no time for ease off the load. Hey, important things when me talk about. No for them on the street all out. Them can't get things right all now. It's a lucky thing me collect me passport. Hey, no for the things them me cancel. So me never want to involve me damsel. Corruption and illusion me trample. From people give you help you be say thank you. Hey, if me and you in a business, you can't talk the business in a crowd. No way. Work from small now get this big. We make it unto me like you no proud. Hey, hey, if me and you in a business, you can't take the business out the road. No way. But to the struggle over the years. No one time for ease off the Lord. Hey. So
yes, Nubian business. We must be about our Nubian business. You know, I want to bring up at this moment, Shasha. Come on, Shasha.
Oh, she over there bouncing. So she coming up here bouncing.
Yes. Okay.
Sure. I like how she
Got
said,
it?
come in at this.
Shasha.
Oh, yeah, man. A big race around.
We like the.
Big race around. I mean, I losing it, you know.
I got that name from a Jamaican track coach.
Oh, yeah? Shot.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
It's
Hello,
Shasha.
hello.
Shasha's in the house.
Yes.
Listen, you took me back.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Back to high school. Bubbling,
Whoa,
Sketto.
whoa.
Oh, yeah, those were the days. Those were the days.
Yes.
So, Miss Shasha, tell us who you are.
Well, like I said, I'm Shasha. I'm a little bit of everything. I am a mother. I am a sister. I am a nurse by profession, a peace activist,
Come on, sis.
a nursepreneur, and a professor. How can I forget? Yes, I do teach.
So, are you a doctor?
I am a nurse.
Okay, but are you
I
a
am
nurse practitioner?
No, I am a nurse educator. So I
Okay.
teach nurses in college.
Amazing,
Oh,
amazing,
yes,
amazing.
yes.
Great.
You know, no disrespect to you. You know, oftentimes when we deal with certain things, we don't know how to listen, and we as women can be very stubborn. And I believe that this gentleman is able to talk about stubborn women. I don't know what made him think. What made him even think of a stubborn woman? He must have come across a couple for him to know, because I'm a woman myself. So I'm wondering who you came across that was this stubborn that you had to write. You don't have to name names. I understand.
Oh, me?
Yes.
Plead the fifth. Just say plead the fifth.
I try to sing about everything.
Okay.
It's a part of life, you know, so somebody I encounter with it.
You know it?
Mm.
This is for the woman, yeah, yeah, yeah. Stu-du-du-dum, stu-du-du-dum, yeah, yeah.
This is a man's song.
Give them strength to
I don't know
carry
how
on.
many women, but they love the song
Whenever I
because of
say
you.
something,
This
you
is
say you
for
hear
a
me.
man talking to a woman.
That's the way it should be, cause you always near me.
Want to welcome into the room?
And I realize the movement's contrary. You tell me say you're sick, but I'm sick, tired and weary. Stubborn woman wouldn't hear me when I talk to her. She waits until I'm upset with ignorance and start walking to her. Stubborn woman wouldn't hear me when I talk to her. It's for your own good, don't take it personal. If it's respect I'm giving, then respect I should be receiving. Time wasting, mind chasing, so my respect would be grieving. You're here right now, but it seems like you're leaving. All the teachings behind, tell me what to believe in, yeah. Stubborn woman wouldn't hear me when I talk to her, until I'm upset with ignorance and I walk to her. Stubborn woman wouldn't hear me when I talk to her. It's for your benefit, don't take it personal. Yeah. Me don't expect me see her move up, because me heard she said she not lose up. I must sit up in her lose up, or she want me do it so. Hey, them start complaining them can't reach you. Talk as if they woulda want beat you. Sometimes me feel like me want you to be upset, but me not beat you. Hey, stubborn woman couldn't hear me when I talk to her. She waits until I'm upset with ignorance.
You know, sometimes as women, we're going to talk about the Juneteenth celebration. We want to welcome into the room Errol Paul on Zoom and Iman. I think Lady Ira may be coming on or is on. Lady Ira, if you are in the building, big up to yourself, because you are absolutely amazing.
True. Enough love.
Yes. And you know what? I'm going to ask you, Sasha, and then I'm going to ask you, natural. Juneteenth, with everything that's going on in Juneteenth, what is the hardest thing do you think that needs to be understood between men and women that is often misunderstood?
Oh, that's a deep question. First and foremost, I am honored to be here on Juneteenth. Yes, yes, yes. For those of you who know me, I am big when it comes to Black history and culture and knowledge of self. So I believe when you have knowledge of self and you know who you are, you're more able to love. And I think love is a dynamic that we need to promote amongst Black men and Black women, especially now.
Yes.
So,
yeah.
yes,
Because we're being attacked.
Black love. It's a lot that's going on. And today being Juneteenth, like I said, I love it. I love that it's Juneteenth. I'm excited. But for me, reparations is key.
We just found out from Stephanie Zinnerman of the 56th District that it has passed. Now it's up to the governor.
Yes.
For reparations. So what's going to happen, we do not know as yet until it is passed.
Yeah, so that's great. It's nice that they're going to pass it, but there's a lot of things that needs to be addressed. That's a huge topic. And it runs deep. It runs so deep that there is a mistrust. As I said, I'm a registered nurse, and I've been doing it for over 20 plus years. And still, we have a lot of people within our communities who do not trust doctors. And so, because they don't trust doctors, they don't go to doctors. And a lot of times, there are things that are their diagnoses that they don't even know that they have. And so just recently, we had this big pandemic. And when it came to Black and brown people, our numbers were alarming. For the first time, racial disparities were highlighted. It was a topic that you didn't hear anything about, but suddenly we talked about the disparities within the Black and brown community as it came to race. We saw a lot of death behind it. A death because of fear. People just don't trust.
Also, second, it was due to complications because they had other illnesses that they didn't know about oftentimes. And if they did know about it, it hit them harder because their immune system was not able to fight off the second invasion.
That is correct. And so, we need to get to the point where there is a sense of trust. The beautiful thing is that we now have many Black and brown doctors who are owning their own practices and who go out into the communities and educate our people and tell them, listen, it's okay. I understand what it is that you're going through. I am not going to talk down to you. So come, let me show you what you need to do to be healthy. And that goes in terms of food, in terms of just keeping up your regular appointments, something as simple as that, and we need to really change the view on how things are looked at when it comes to health, because if we are going to focus on love and Black love, we need to be able to get our men to go to the doctor. That's where it starts. We need to show them that we're there to listen to them, but we want to take care of them too. And it starts at home, taking them to the doctor, sprinkling a little something in the food, not too much salt in the kitchen. But that's the dynamics of love, really.
Also, would you like to?
Oh, she set it up.
Oh, okay, there we go.
He's going to go home and write a song about it. That's what he's going to do.
Yeah, so I want to encourage women, if anything, if you have your man, take him to the doctor. A lot of times they're resistant to wanting to go, but just whisper something sweet in their ear and let them know that you'll support them, and they don't have to feel afraid, because like I said, that there is that mistrust. And once they know that you're caring and that you'll go with them, they more than likely will listen to you. So take your men to the doctor, ladies. Definitely.
Yeah, one thing I really want to say still is just for our people, if we can, keep supporting each other.
Yes.
Because sometimes we look at the other race as if they are better. And to me, no one is better than no one. Everyone have the same 24 hours. So if you can make the same good use of your 24 hours and keep supporting each other, holding on to what you got, and we are go great.
That's right.
As we always be. Because we make it from nothing. And that's really amaze them. It really have them away. How these people can survive off of nothing. So if we can survive off of nothing, when we have something, it's supposed to be there,
You have Buffalo Soldier because we were brought here into America, not because we wanted to be here, but we also have the Bosie slave controversy. I believe so too.
Yeah, I believe so too.
I believe so too.
I agree.
I believe that we were here before.
We were definitely here. Ivan said it. Ivan Van Sertima, and I believe he's Guyanese. Yeah.
We dominate everywhere
that we look at the Olmec statues.
That's right.
Look at the Olmec statues, you'll see our faces.
If you go in Italy right now, you can see the Nubian queens them in the museum.
And that book, there's a book that came before Columbus.
Yeah, that's Ivan Van Sertima.
So, we were definitely here. I mean, I believe in Pangea. I believe that the world was once one and the earthquakes kind of shifted.
You could look
Earth.
and see.
And so we migrated from Africa to different parts. And really and truly, what people don't understand, let me break it down to y'all, because I got the science in the background, is that because we migrated, and the change of the altitudes and the sun,
the climate,
our climate, right? Climate change. Our skin color just changed. And so let me
and
tell
our
you
noses had to become straighter that the ice winds could not go through it and hurt us. So you see that it is a lot of climate change. It is also where you are in the world. Your nose is wider because if it's hot weather, you need to be able to breathe.
And so that's where the melanin, the change of the skin color comes in, because I have to tell you, Black women can make every color under the sun.
Come on.
So this is Juneteenth.
I think most of the things that in front of our face is a distraction from the real things. You understand me? Like religion. And color, race, and sex, gender, and all them something. Them.
Yes.
To the real
causing confusion.
Yeah.
Yes. And I think from the time when we were kings and queens, even from when we were slaves, nobody talks about all the slave uprisings. I stopped calling rebellions. It is slave uprisings because we were rising up out of the tyranny.
Yes.
And this right here, the Bosie slave, is a controversy rhythm. And rhythm. We're going to do this.
Who them? I never knew them. Hey, so listen up. You Mr. Bossy Slave. We know you wanna get caught up. Bossy Slave. So come collect your trophy, slave. Even though I know so you did brought up. Bossy Slave. So you go get to work and me no get none. That's how you want to talk up. Bossy Slave. Now you go wonder. Hopefully you gonna always talk up. All because you were trying to deny yourself all the while. With your fashion and style, modeling profile. Shoulda never walk wide, You were trying to deny himself all the while. Modeling profile, fashion and style. Go ahead, Rastafari. Gotta stay focused. Don't live your life bogus. No one you say you won't trust. And now get caught up in a rush and now you're stuck. Hey, some sit there trying to change themselves all day. Hey,
we're talking about that right now.
Some of them facing it the hard way. Yeah, when the system gets to them head, they wanna jump off the causeway. Yeah, man.
them stuck halfway. Cause you are trying to deny themselves all the while. With his fashion and style, modeling profile. Shoulda never walk wide, no day. Never try to deny themselves all the while. Modeling profile, fashion and style. Against the last
Yes.
You know, I could not come on this show and not give a shout out to the peacekeepers. So I got to give a shout out to the Brooklyn peacekeepers.
Yes.
Because I am
Brooklyn
a
peacekeepers.
peacekeeper. Let me just give you a little, history of them. So the Brooklyn peacekeepers, we wear orange for peace, and we say, I am present for peace. Because what we do is we go into the community, and when there's gun violence, when there's beef, we try to talk to the youth and tell them that's not the way.
Yeah.
We educate them. We tell them that they are kings and queens.
Nice.
And they don't need to kill each other. We need to uplift one another.
Yes.
I mean, it is definitely an alignment thing here.
With
this music,
thank
the
you.
vibes.
Thank
I hope
you.
that they're listening. I hope that my students are listening too, because they know me as a professor that tells it like it is.
Yeah.
I don't sugarcoat things. I talk about the importance of culture in medicine.
Yes.
Right? Because sometimes we have dark patients that come in and it might look like a little bruise. Next thing you know, that little bruise turns into an ulcer because of lack of assessment, right?
Yes.
In most colleges, they don't teach the other cultures how to assess Black and brown skin.
Oh.
So only now are we seeing that. Only now are we seeing that they are highlighting the different blood tests. Because when you go into the emergency room, they draw blood from you. And now there's the GFR, the glomerular filtration rate, which automatically it can tell if you're Black or white. And so you don't know it, but these things are being done. And so there's so much we need to know in regards to the standards for Black and brown people. So now they've done research on this GFR rate, and now they see that there were tons of people that were placed on dialysis. Do you guys know what hemodialysis is?
Yes, it's blood transfusions.
When they hooked up on a big machine and it actually filters their kidney.
Yes.
So many people were hooked up to that machine that didn't need to because of the rates and that they were wrong.
Look in all the Black and brown communities, you will find nothing but dialysis things all over the place.
Right.
And the thing is that we were talking about, I'm a diabetes educator, and when we were talking about it, there were Black men and women that would go in for a toe and they would take off a whole leg.
That's right.
And this is the stuff that's been happening, and that's why they don't trust.
That is correct.
But let me tell you the other part. You need to have somebody on your side that knows the jargon.
Yes.
I happen to, because everybody on my side, one side is in the medical field, the other education. So the thing is this: when you are dealing with something, have your health proxy ready.
That's right.
And you would never know.
Oh.
It is so important. I can't even, exclamation point. When you go to the hospital, one thing I want to say is that I want to see more of our people asking questions. Just don't take the medication because they said, take it. If you go into the hospital, ask questions. If you don't understand, get someone to break it down to you. You don't have to feel like,
or afraid,
or it's not, you don't want people to talk down to you or feel away because of the color of your skin. And I'm saying this because I hear a lot of my patients who are Black and brown, they've said, well, I didn't want to ask because, they already look at me funny. They already have a stigma. No, ask questions and have your family members take turns. Just don't have your family member in the hospital all alone. You guys rotate, take shifts. Do not leave their bedside. I want to see more of this because in other cultures, you see it. They don't leave that hospital. They rotate, they stay there. So I want more of our people to begin doing that. And another thing that I want you guys to do is to start reading labels. Right? We're going to cut back on certain foods, I can't tell you what to eat. I won't. But just understand that your health is your wealth, and without your health, you cannot do anything. So I encourage you, if it's anything I want to do while I'm here tonight, is encourage you to definitely seek out a doctor that you trust. You know, go online. There are apps like ZocDoc where you can go to pick your doctor. You can read about them. If you want to choose a black doctor because you feel comfortable with a black doctor, do so. ZocDoc is an app that has that.
How do you spell it?
It's ZocDoc. ZocDoc. Right? So it's an application. You go, you read about the doctor, you put your zip code in, they'll find the closest doctor to you, and you can read what school they went to, what hospital they're affiliated with. You know, you can really scrutinize their background, and they have all sorts of doctors, eye doctors, kidney doctors, heart doctors. So if it's anything I want to say is I encourage you to check out that app. Choose your primary doctor, one that you feel comfortable with, and see them. You should at least have a doctor's appointment every 6 months to a year, because Colette, people are coming into the hospital with heart problems for not taking care of their tooth.
Well,
for having
see,
rotten teeth.
this is the thing. In the past, the body was looked at as part by part, not holistically, and the body is whole. So when you are dealing with one part, understand it's going to affect the other part. So whenever they do tests, you make sure they do tests for the whole entire body. And let's say the top part of your leg is hurting, the bottom part should also be checked, just in case there may be something coming from that end or coming from the buttock. You know, so understand what is going on. Don't let anybody make you feel stupid.
That's right.
You know what? They often call women black angry women or angry black women. Let me tell you, this black doctor said, her name is Dr. Thema. She said that woman is not angry. And what is happening with her is that she is depressed. And because she cannot show that she is soft, she becomes hard.
Yes.
And that hardness is a way of stopping the look of depression.
That's right. And so we're making sure to cover all angles here today.
All
angles on this Juneteenth show, because we're talking about Black love, we're talking about history, we're talking about taking care of our family, our man who is the head, sisters. We're not that strong talk. I'm
That
strong
is
and
why.
I don't need a man.
Exactly.
No. We need our men. Let's drop that. Okay, because I believe that media, rap videos, and certain things were infiltrated so that our mind frame could change. But
I agree.
We need our men. We need
Yes.
our men. And the whole thing, it's going to change.
It is.
The music,
because
the way
you can't mix intelligence
with negligence.
With negligence.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is so right. So yeah.
Overstand yourself in life and go through and miss some. Yeah. Hail His Majesty name and do no wrong. Selassie say, dedicate yourself, no dedicate yourself. Do nothing where you go put your on yourself. Yeah. And now you by yourself, locked up in yourself, asking how did you get expelled? Yeah. It was you and your ignorance, while the police and the soldier and the vigilant. Yeah. You want a good deliverance, but it was ignorance fighting ignorance. Yeah. Can't mix intelligence with negligence. Thinking man that no make sense. Now I can't mix intelligence with negligence. So a bubble you go all our reverence. Boy, can't mix intelligence with negligence. In no business out your dollars and your cents. Yeah. Can't mix intelligence with negligence. Negativity with a common offense. 21 subjects you pass them all, but you do shopping meditation no pass them all. And you know what it takes to pass the wall. Tell me why you lost the ball. Hey. Wondering what's running through your brain. Some people say you're insane. Whenever you play a game, people get hurt down the line. Can't mix intelligence with negligence. Thinking man that no make sense. Yeah. Can't mix intelligence with negligence. Go above but you go all our reverence. Can't mix intelligence no fool again. You say you are gonna send kids and Bermuda then spread the message to the woman them, or else you can't maneuver them. Yeah, them. Give thanks for those royal soldiers. I'm talking about those loyal soldiers. They're not just span of holders. They're like the knowledge within the folders. Can't mix intelligence with negligence. Bingy man that no make sense. Can't mix intelligence with negligence. Better you all have rights. Can't mix intelligence with negligence. No.
You know, when that just goes right in with what you were saying and how it's important that when we're dealing with intelligence, we're dealing with our history. We know our history. You know our medical health or our physical health. We have our mental health together. We got our financial health together. In fact, Chuck, could you please give us a financial minute, please?
Oh, she put me on the spot. Financial minute. Come back. Let me think. I got it. You put me on the spot.
Before he goes on, I like to just say I got to give a shout out to JRG. And while we're on this topic of health, JRG is having a breast cancer awareness fashion show. It's going to be happening on Sunday, July 9th. I know it's the same day as your thing, but Sunday, July 9th, it's called Bikini Under the Bridge. And if you want tickets for Bikini Under the Bridge, you could go to Eventbrite and you just simply type in Bikini Under the Bridge, or you can Google it. And there are tickets that will be there. Again, this is for breast cancer awareness. As I mentioned to you before, a lot of our women, they don't get their breasts examined or checked. And again, who do we see falling at the wayside? Our Black and brown females. And some males get breast cancer too.
Yes.
So I just want to encourage you guys, if you're not doing anything, July 9th, Bikini Under the Bridge, breast cancer fashion show, Fashion for a Cause. Come on down. Shout outs to JRG. We have some beautiful models. They're going to be modeling some beautiful swimwear.
Check it out.
So yes, I
Check it
encourage
out.
you to come on down.
You know,
Check it out.
when we're talking about that, you ready, Chuck?
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, handle business.
You put me on the spot.
That's all right.
We're going to talk about estate tax.
Okay.
Okay, simply, well, we know that the federal government is always going to tax everything, but an estate tax is a tax that is actually administered after you die.
Okay.
So the reason behind all of that is, again, the government is going to get what they want. But to prevent an estate tax is to put your assets in a trust, a family trust.
Come on.
Or into something that when you passed away, it's not attributed to your name. So technically, the federal government cannot charge you on that estate tax.
Okay.
Got it. Financial
Yes.
minute. Set up a trust.
That's
Put
it.
everything in this.
I'm so glad you talked
everything
about
in there.
that. Thank you.
No, you're welcome.
Really, yeah.
Okay, we can
Yes,
talk
bless.
later about that.
Yeah. Also, too, go ahead. You want to say something?
No, I said knowledge is good. Knowledge is good.
It's important.
Listen, a lot of our people don't have trusts, and I'm actually in the process of getting one.
Okay.
So I'm glad you mentioned that. We need to look into
A
getting
lot of our
trusts
people don't have
because,
a healthcare proxy.
you know, listen, our people will grind all day, wear the flyest gear, name brand. There's nothing wrong with that. But guess what? What happens when you're gone?
Right.
It goes to the state.
Goes to the state.
So put your stuff in a trust. Leave it for your children. It's
And
children's
they're
children.
going to take about maybe 49 to 50%, so half of that. So again, what we're looking at is financial literacy. Not knowing financial literacy is part of the game. And once we learn it and once we know it, we're going to protect ourselves, protect our assets, protect our growth, and everything that we've been working on. So that's the financial moment.
Thank you very much.
Thanks again.
You, as always, will come. And also, I would like you to do a historical moment in time dealing with Juneteenth.
Okay. I'm not going to talk about the dates, but I'm just going to go a quick flash through with Juneteenth. So okay, so real quick, what a lot of people don't know, and this is one of the things that I ask students, is that, do you know that at one point in time there were 2 presidents in the United States?
Yes.
This is what a lot of people don't know.
Yes.
So during the Civil War, the South wanted to secede from the North. right?
Yeah.
So Lincoln was the president of the North. There was the president of the South, the Confederate
Jackson.
States, right? So now, a lot of people don't know this. So what happens is, Lincoln wrote the Emancipation Proclamation, but he was the president of the North. He was not the president of the South, because remember, they wanted to secede, so
Right.
they were fighting. So imagine that document, the Great Emancipation Proclamation, did not have any value in the South. Okay, if the South would have won the war, this whole place would have been different. Got it? So now what happens is, the North won. Okay, got it? He gets assassinated, but Lincoln gets assassinated. But still, what happens is, again, the North won. But what happened is 3 years later, they go down to the South and in Texas, and they're looking at slaves in the South 3 years later. And they're like going like, what's going on here? So they had to create more documents to remind the South that they were free.
And they had lost the war.
Right, and remember, they were not told. Now remember, it wasn't us who were not told. We were not told, but European slave masters knew this, but they did not let their slaves know. So we're talking about roughly 250,000 people in Texas who were still enslaved who did not know this. Again, so what happened was they went down there and they're looking at like, what's going on? So now they had to go around and they have to remind the white slave owners that these people are free. So this was the big uprising. So what they decided was June 19th was the day that they figured that they would use as the quote unquote Emancipation Day. The problem with this is that the fact of the matter is that there was no Twitter, there was no TikTok, there was no cell phones.
And they didn't even have snail mail. They had pony mail.
So now, remember, the information didn't get transferred as fast enough. So even after that, there were still slaves in the state. So that's what we're looking at. So what happens is, when it comes to Juneteenth, was the collaborative date that they said, we are going to use this date, June 19th. I'm sorry, June 19th, right?
Yes, it is.
As the day of our Emancipation Day.
1865.
So a year later, they had a big celebration coming in Juneteenth. So one of the things that I talked about earlier today was the fact that I personally don't think that June 19th, Emancipation Day, Freedom Day, Juneteenth. And again, look at the words. It's really clear. We can't have emancipation. We can't have freedom, but we'll give you Juneteenth. You notice how the words are changing? Yeah. So it's very key. So now what I think personally is that the Emancipation Day was not about being freed from slavery. The emancipation was about the future of who we are. That's what I think. Okay. So when we look at this, we're looking at, okay, I know what happened then, but I'm focusing and concentrating on the future. So when we talk about the Black love, and you've heard me say this before, I believe in Black love because after slavery, you had men and women who were walking miles to go to the other plantation to find their spouses and their family members.
And their children.
So that was Black love, to know that I don't know what's going to happen when I get there, but I got to go because that's my woman or that's my husband.
That's right.
And that's Black love. And if we can get back to that, knowing that this is my responsibility, this is what I have to do, this is what I'm going to do, that's it.
That's right.
Come on.
And we can definitely get back to it, guys.
Yes, we
I
can.
just want to add something. I don't know how true this is, but I looked at it. Did you guys ever look at the penny?
Yeah, we know that. Yeah, go ahead, tell a story.
Yeah.
Well, he knows it. Go ahead.
Go ahead, tell.
No, you tell it.
Well, if you line up the penny, the dime, the nickel, the quarter, all the faces are facing one way, right? But the penny, the smallest one, the brown one, the brown penny, Lincoln is facing opposite everyone else. Yes. So yes.
So he was against the grain. Yeah. Everybody, and that's how he was able to get killed, because his own people allowed this man to come in and shoot him. And if he even shot him.
Yeah, I also heard that Lincoln was mixed. He
without a doubt.
He was definitely Obama was not the first.
Yeah, he was a Melungeon?
Melungeon, yes. So now, but understand
you know who else was a Melungeon? Clark Gable.
Okay. Yes. Now if you really look at it, what we're looking at is there's history told by the oppressor, and then there's the real stuff. Yes. Now,
Yes.
understand this. What they're not going to talk about is the money system that Lincoln was really assassinated behind. Now, if you really, really want to go deep, and I don't want to ruffle any feathers, if you read Lincoln's speeches before he became president, he did not want to free the slaves.
No, he did not.
He didn't want to, and you read that. But again, what he was doing was he was trying to get leverage in the South. So he writes the Emancipation Proclamation, so freed slaves or frees that will run away can come up north, join the Union Army, and go back down and fight. So this is what we're looking at. But Lincoln got killed because he was messing with the monetary system. And that's key.
He was trying to take it off the gold standard.
There were 4 presidents that were killed behind the monetary system. Lincoln was one of them, Kennedy was another, and there were 2 more. So understand
what
that.
What are the other 2? Do you remember?
Okay. Just give me, I didn't know I was going to be talking about that. But understand, so what we're looking at is, again, we're looking at the monetary system. And understand that when we're looking at the South was upset because what happened was the cotton was coming from the South. It was going up north to the manufacturing
to get
plants.
refined.
It was being converted into the product, and then it was coming back down south and being sold to the South. So the South was like, wait a minute, hold on. We're giving you the product, and it's the same thing that's going on right now. But understand, so now when the money is being shifted from one region to another, we can't have that.
It was a change of wealth.
A change of wealth, the money was being shifted. So understand, so when we look at it from that point of view, and I'm not saying that this is the only point of view, but there's so many things that they're not teaching. So when we look at June 19th, when we look at Emancipation Day, and I really don't like Juneteenth, because again, I'm looking at emancipation and freedom, because it gives substance to the day. We were free on this date. There's a reason. Well, why were you free on this date? Let me explain to you why. When you talk about June 19th, what does that mean? That means nothing to me. So what we're looking at the shift. We're talking about free labor. We're looking at the shift. And when we talk about reparations, what a lot of people have to understand when it comes to reparations, this is why we look at Haiti. How Haiti had to pay, quote unquote, reparations to France.
And they just now paid it over.
To France.
Okay, yeah.
So understand, so what we're looking at, we're looking at the financial and money dynamics. So now we're understanding the flow of money, where it's going to. And again, I looked at something yesterday, last week, a couple of days ago, where Germany is about to pay the Jewish community $2.4 billion.
Wow.
$2.4 billion. Now, if that's not reparations, what's going on here?
Well, that's the other thing we need to talk about. And you know what? I know that you have to go.
More to more hardly. White House.
Okay,
Never you lost your way, or pass away. Pass away. Oh, yeah.
We are far from reality,
You
but we're
don't know what you're doing.
We're coming back.
Life is a long journey.
This unfortunately natural black song.
She was far from reality. I never knew that before I met her. She was far away. Too many people ever live and I receive and I give them. Far from reality. One of my friends crossed the beach, right which part me live in there. Far away. Most of the people them living in space, and the spiritual one them living by grace. I will never forbidden my face. Corrections put in the right place. Yeah, you wear your shoes without the socks and get fungus. Now you have to judge it like the Asian Congress. With them sandals and them broom, you never bound us. The more you sleep, we give themselves to drown us. This is 30 on the day, and when we check her, she was far from reality. I never knew that before I met her. She was far away. Too many people ever live and I receive and I give them. Far from reality. One of my friends crossed the beach, right which part me live in. Far away. Me hear them a shout out reality check. Now can't free me from the reality check. You must see things say as a reality make. Them no know reality yet. Oh, me realize the time they are ahead of them. You know what, pretend you can wait till you get rid of them. I'm going sorry for your sisters and your better them. That's why me have the early girl, the beggar them here. And me 30 on the day, and when me take her, she
was far from reality. I never knew that before I met her. She was far from reality. So many people were on it and not receive it.
You know, so we were far from reality, but we are coming back. And as we're coming back, we want to thank Natural Black for being a part. You know, this was supposed to be a half an hour.
Give thanks.
You are amazing.
Yes, you are. Thank you so much. Everything was just flowing and in alignment.
Give thanks,
Thank you.
pretty vice. You make feet, man. You make for the work we had.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
For real.
I just want to thank everyone that's in the room. Try and see if you can read some names. I'll try and see if I can read some names. Pax LaRose, I know you're in the house. Joan Cato, you're probably in the house. Reverend Herod Van Sertima, I know you're in the house. DJ Session, what is that? DJ Session, thank you.
Lady Ira
Quincy,
in the house.
Quincy Roberts, thank
Nicole,
you. General.
New Jersey in
Michael,
the
I
house.
see you, cuz.
All right.
Julie.
We got Delroy, Joyce, Marvin, Nicole, Ingrid, Mother Ingrid, Julie, Dwayne, Real Youth.
Enough
we got
love.
a whole slew of
Enough love.
a whole
Hey,
slew of
Dwayne.
people.
Shout out to my mama.
Terry,
Yes, mama, big up yourself.
Maribel, Michael, okay, Paul, George.
Big up G6, you
Yes,
know?
yes. We got
G6
so many.
in the house.
You know, also,
Dexter in the house.
yes.
Okay, what we're
We
going.
want to also say Delroy, a Shaka Doubles. Thank you for being in the house.
Come up here and
Percy,
say hi. Just
Desmond.
wave. Come up here and wave.
Yeah.
We got
Mark
GT
Wallace.
Massive.
Mark Wallace.
Now we want you guys.
Mike.
We want you guys to know that these guys were done for the day, and when they found out that Mr. Black was going to be here, they stayed and they partied with us. So we thank you guys for staying, holding on.
One
Yeah.
love, one love, one
Folks
love.
know that he was coming.
All one family.
Aye.
One family. Yes.
Bless all the family in the Queens, you know?
Much love.
Yes.
We are one family. Like
Yeah,
the
one
song
family.
says, right?
Damn right. And we don't have to wait till disaster occur to recognize we're family. We're
There you
family
go.
all
There
the
you
time.
go.
Yes.
Love, one love.
There
Yes.
you go.
And on that note, thank you so very much for coming. We
And thank you for
really
having me again,
appreciate
you know. Big up all the fans them again. You don't know, say watch out. Natural Black have more music coming. You don't know, positive message forever. Never change, you know. Blessings.
Blessings.
So what we need for you, Mr. Black,
To also
is-
write on this wall right here.
Okay, what we need for you, Mr. Black, is
When?
on by Thursday. This is going to be up on YouTube,
Yeah.
so you can look at it and take a look at it, and you can share it with your family and friends, and let them know that you were on Community Connections.
Most naturally.
Be a talk of the
Yes,
town.
up again. Yes,
Big
stay
up, big
focused,
up,
my
big up.
So
people.
Thursday to be up on YouTube.
Aye.
Yes.
Come.
Thank you.
My,
Thank you very much.
Charles,
Yes.
take it over.
All right, Miss Shasha.
Yes.
So I have some questions for you.
Sure.
Okay. And we talked about that trust factor. How can we get over the fear based on the history of what they've done to us in the medical profession?
Well, it's going to take grassroots work. Again, I work with some phenomenal doctors who, on their they go into communities and they give talks and they talk to people in the community and they let them know the importance of going every 6 months for your checkup. So that way you don't end up having hypertension and you didn't realize you had hypertension, or you suddenly become pre-diabetic. You know, these things just don't sneak up on you. They happen over a course of time.
Right.
So a lot of it is education. And again, I think that people relate most to people who sometimes look like them.
Right.
And so that's what we do. We go out into communities and talk to people.
And that's the thing, because at one point in time, that's all we knew. We knew the black doctor. We knew the black teacher. Now it's a little bit different. One of the things that I look at as a historian is you look at the atrocities that actually happened to us. You know, they used us for everything. When it comes down to a new product or a new emergency operation, they always used us. And when you look at the Tuskegee experiment and understanding all of that,
Yes.
Henrietta Lacks.
Yes,
You
Henrietta
know,
Lacks.
you look at all of this, and it's like we understand that. My question is, and I don't want to get too radical, is Do you think that? Well, I already know the question I'm going to ask you.
Okay.
Do you think that we are being diagnosed incorrectly?
Yes, I would have to say yes when it comes to certain things.
Yes, right.
Again,
not everything, but
not
yes.
everything.
Correct.
Earlier, I mentioned skin.
Right.
And how ulcers occur. Now, it's obvious in a lighter patient, you can see an ulcer happening over time. But
Yes.
it's hard to see it in a dark patient.
Correct, yes.
And again, some schools we know don't teach how to assess skin for a darker patient.
Right.
So most definitely when it comes to that, you see it. And also surprisingly, there have been a lot of studies focusing on pain.
Okay.
We have seen, and they're writing about this now, where you have women go in to have a baby.
Okay.
And a lot of times, Black and brown women would say, I need pain medication. Can you give me something for pain? And for some reason, their pain is dismissed.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't know what it is, why the strong, the
Okay,
fact that we
right,
keep saying
right.
we're strong. And
Right.
so if we ask for morphine, sometimes they dismiss it and we don't get that morphine when we really need that morphine. And so there have been cases where pregnant women have had to have emergency C-sections. Some of them have even lost babies, and they
Right,
talk about
correct.
this in articles in medical journals. So, we need to stop thinking, that Black people, brown people don't feel pain. We do.
Right, of course. What fascinated me when I learned about the difference in our physiology was several years ago, a long time ago, I read a book called African Holistic Health by Dr. Layla Africa.
Okay.
And he pointed out the differences in our physical makeup.
Yes.
And he explained that a lot of things that are done from their perspective should not be done from our perspective, because it does things to us that it's not working for our body when it comes to our physiology. So, and again, I look at that and I understand it. So there are certain foods that we eat, and there are certain foods that we should not be eating.
That's correct.
And that becomes the natural thing about us. And they think about it when you look at the way we prepare our food and the way, and it's funny because what we're looking at is this whole natural movement at one point in time is what we did, period. But now they're absolving it, they're taking it, and they're actually using it to their benefit. They're putting a price tag on it, and these are things that we did all the time.
Right.
Our grandmothers knew to go to the backyard because they grew whatever they wanted to grow, and there was nothing tainted when it comes to the chemicals.
Oh, yes.
Now there's a whole bunch of money on the whole holistic, the whole vegan, and it's like these are things that we did all the time.
I agree. And there are Layla Africa, I like him, by the way. There's also another one called Dr. Adamo, who wrote a book, Eat Right for Your Blood Type.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I've
he
seen that
talked about the whole migration thing that we mentioned earlier, and the
Right.
different blood types, like type
I heard
O,
about that.
universal donor,
Right.
what have you.
And you know
So-
what? I'm going to say something about that. Half of those things are not even correct.
Of course,
Yes.
Dr. Fulcrum, yes.
Some of that stuff is not
True.
correct because we have to understand that we have a mother and a father. So
Mhm.
oftentimes we have two different things coming
Right.
from them. It could be an AA,
Well,
it could be an AB.
That's
Okay,
correct.
it could be an AA, it could be an AB, it could be a BB, it could be an OO. But what they were saying is that O is not really a blood type.
Okay.
And so when we are looking at stuff, we have to look at all the science.
Yes.
Because sometimes we don't see it the way it needs to. My mom is an AB positive. I'm AB or A. For them, they say I'm A positive.
Okay.
The thing is that when you dealing with stuff like this, you have to know that they're always looking at our blood.
Can I-
They
can
they
I-
All the
are
time.
always. We are like guinea pigs. They would do
Right.
50 tests drawing our blood.
Right.
Why are they drawing our blood? There's something potent in our blood that we may not know of as yet.
But I just want to add to piggyback to what you said. It's not just blood; it's stem cells, right? Because when we have women that give birth, back in the days, they would take the placenta,
Right.
and that placenta has so much nutrients. It has so much healing to it, and so now in many places, I
They
don't want to
eat
get
it.
too technical.
Gross.
Yes, they do eat placenta,
Right.
but a lot of places are actually taking placenta and using it for studies.
So
Where you can grow back certain things. If you
Because
have
it has
damaged
a whole bunch
skin,
of stem
it can
cells.
heal skin. And this goes back to who you mentioned earlier, right? Henrietta Lacks.
Henrietta Lacks. Yeah.
So imagine all those placentas that you give away, which is one of the reasons why a lot of Black women, when they give birth now, are saying, no, I want to keep the placenta.
Now
And they request to keep
if
their
you look
placenta.
if you look at right. Right. But, right.
Yes.
But
That's
now-
why
but
so many
now-
people are having home births
But now let's
and
look
water
at-
births
right, but
at
now-
home.
Now let's look at all the
Okay.
the abortion centers that are in certain communities.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's Juneteenth. We've talked about Juneteenth. We've talked about health. I want to talk about emotional and mental health because for many of us, Black don't crack, but emotionally and mentally we do.
Oh, yes.
And that is something that needs to be spoken about, and it doesn't get spoken about enough. Yeah, we may look young, but inside we're old because of all the drama. And that's another thing. There's a Black doctor. Her name is Dr. Nadine Burke Harris. She said that the trauma that we suffer in childhood determines the diseases we will have later in life.
Definitely. And we see it all the time. I definitely can speak to stress and trauma, and I will personally share a moment that I had. During the pandemic, when it first came on, I was kind of prepared. And I have to say I was blessed. God bless me. I was wearing my mask because I'm one of those people that I can't take a flu shot, right, due to allergies. So usually around flu season, I would always have my mask on. And then I'm one of those people that I like World News Tonight. And I remember watching World News and seeing what was unraveling in Wuhan. But by that time, I already had my mask on, right? So when it hit, I was prepared. People looked at me and they, oh, you're overreacting. But I had no choice because that's what I do every year anyway. So I was ready for this thing. But what I have to say in regards to mental health is that the amount of nurses and doctors and healthcare personnel and hospital workers that have PTSD is unreal.
Well, there was a doctor who committed suicide
Recently,
right?
Yeah, and she was a Haitian doctor, I believe.
Okay, I didn't know that. Okay, I
And
didn't know that. Yeah.
What you're saying is true, but I'm going to talk about the youth for a moment.
Okay.
What the pandemic did was cut them off from their friends, from communication, from it made them prisoners in their houses. It made them scared because their parents were scared. My granddaughter ran away for almost 3 years. She's been running away consistently since the pandemic started just to be with her friends. And I remember that when we first started, we thought it was a thing. She was going to get out of it. It's only this year that she has gotten out of it. That is crazy. From 2020 to now, this little girl was all A's. Now she was missing school. She was hardly in school. It did a number on them, and it's still doing a number on them.
Oh, definitely. Which is why we need to get therapy. I want to impress upon the fact that because we have this thing, why should I go get a therapist? You know, who does that? It don't work for us anyway. And then again, the same color thing comes up. Oh, he don't understand me. Why am I going? But I think if you had the opportunity to get therapy, get it. You know, it definitely works. I'm a true testimony to that.
Dr. Tequila is my therapy.
Yeah.
Dr. Tequila.
Oh my gosh.
Dr. Tequila is my therapy. No, but I also have to interject here because and this is all again my own portion of views. I really think that social media has played a role also, and not there is a thing where you live in a virtual world so much that you've forgotten how to live in the real world. You cannot function in the real world. If you were to go to an event, we had an event years ago, and I had all the students put away their cell phones. They could not use their cell phone at this event. And do you know within the first half an hour, everybody was interacting with everyone else? Whereas they would have sat on their cell phones, they would have sat in the corners, they would have been talking about so-and-so, so-and-so. I really think that, again, social media has played a role
There
on
needs
this
to be
thing.
some controls on the social media, because if you look at people are looking at their phones while driving, while walking, they're bumping into people because they're not paying attention.
Yes.
Also, the other thing, falling downstairs,
Falling in holes,
getting
babies are falling in holes.
no, they even not even paying attention to their babies. They rather, if their phone rings and their baby is saying "mommy, mommy, mommy," they're answering that phone call.
That's
they're not
true.
dealing with their child. And so I want to say this: music has to be somewhere in all this. Pamela Maynard and Pablo G came up with a number. It's
Yeah, man. Now I hear Pablo Maynard and my car Pablo G. Big up yourself, man.
Big up yourself.
Boys and girls.
Okay.
So there's a place in your heart, and I know that
We are the world.
and this place be much brighter than tomorrow.
We are the world. You know, we're going to start wrapping up shortly. We just thank you for being a part of Community Connection. I was supposed to be at Carnegie Hall, and I didn't make it. I'm going to have to apologize for tickets that were given, but I couldn't leave here because I realized that sometimes you have to make those sacrifices.
I just want to say thank you guys for having me.
After this, okay, you're going to have your chance. Pamela Maynard and Pablo G. We are the world.
Make a better place for you and for me.
Hey.
If you want to know why, there's a love that cannot lie. Love is strong, it only cares of joyful giving. If we try, we shall see. In this bliss we cannot feel. Fear or dread, stop existing and start living.
Stop existing, start living.
Feels that always loves and asks for its growing. Make a better world. I say make it a better world. I say make it a better place. Make it a better place.
Lady Ira, thank you.
For you.
Lady Ira used to be the manager for Pamela Maynard, who is now dead due to a heart attack. Our condolences.
Make a better place for you and for me. And the dreams we were conceived in will reveal a joyful face. And the world we once believed in will shine again in grace. So then why do we keep strangling life? Will this world crucify our soul? It is plain to see, the world is heavenly. Be God's glory.
Come on, Pamela.
We could fly up so high, let our spirits never die. In this heart, I feel that you are my brother. In a world with no fear, together we'll cry happy tears. No need to cry. You feel that there is no sorrow. We could really get there if we care enough for the living. Make a little space, make it a better place.
You have a beautiful voice.
Thank you.
Make it a better place.
Make it a better place. This is what we would like. Sasha, tell them where you can be found.
Oh, I can be found on Facebook, Shasha Kane, and that's
Shasha.
SHASHAKAIN, and on IG, I'm Sumsua Shasha on IG.
Come on, girl.
I just want to say that I also have a book.
Come
So
on.
you guys can go on to Amazon or just Google Poet True Night, and that's POET TRUE Night, NIGHT. That's the title of my book, Poet True Night. And then last but not least, tomorrow I'm going to be at SOB's. We got an artist out of Barbados named Yoshi who's going to be performing at SOB's. I think she's following in the footsteps of Rihanna.
Okay.
So she's on IG. Her page is Yoshi Sings. So if you're on IG,
I've heard her.
yeah, you can go on to Yoshi Sings and hear.
Are you a manager?
I am just a big supporter, a huge supporter, because, you know, as I said, we are a community and we need to support each other. So, you know, whenever I hear about positive things happening or I know of people doing things, I definitely, you know, just share the information and share the love and share the wealth. So that's what it's all about.
Awesome.
Oh, the book is a book on relaxing, basically. You know, we talked about health. We talked about mental wellness and mental illness and meditation. So in that book, it kind of teaches you how to unwind, and it kind of just reinforces taking 30 minutes, at least 30 minutes out of your day. Yes. Because I think when it comes to us, we are so accustomed to working hard, being that single mom or that dad that has to take care of households. And so if we just take 30 minutes out of the day, take time out for 30, we can unwind. And that's basically what the book is talking about. You like wine, there's a piece there where you can use tequila. And there's for the ladies who like to light candles, you can light candle, but just 30 minutes, that's all it takes to do you.
What we've learned is to tap on what you're saying is the 30 minutes of quiet time, of getting used to connecting to the source that we all know and acknowledge. Just 30 minutes a day, just getting and listening to the quiet, just that 30 minutes. And a lot of people don't know that it saves people from snapping, knowing that, you know what, let me get quiet, let me just,
let people alone. When you see them trying to be quiet and calm the situation down, let them, because you might not want to see the other side of that, of them trying to quiet their spirit. Mike.
Right. Mike?
I mean, sorry, Charles. Chuck Finance. Tell them about yourself.
Oh, Chuck Finance. I am working on several projects right now. Can't talk about them yet because intellectual property, but I am a licensed, certified financial literacy instructor. I talk about money. I teach people about money. I set up programs, and I just like talking about money. And the reason why is because when my elders were making transition, they were the smartest ones in the room, but we had to pass the hat for them. So I'm like, something's wrong with this. We're talking about very educated people. They were educated in their field, but when it came to money and finances, they didn't know what was going on. So I took the same skills that I learned from them that they taught me to teach about and learn about history. I applied that to money. And when I understood that, I was able to come back to the community and say, this is what they're talking about. When we're talking about the healthcare proxy, being able to ask the questions and break it down and say, this is exactly what they're talking about. So that's who I am. That's me. And you can find me on Chuck Finance at Instagram or TikTok.
And we have August 6th. We have it's August.
Is that a Sunday? August 6th Sunday.
Remember, I was saying this. August 6th is a Sunday.
Yes.
Chuck has jokes. And we have a Journey to Wholeness men's conference happening at the Brownsville Community Culinary Center, BCCC or BCC. That's what everybody knows it at.
69 Belmont.
Correct.
Brownsville.
Correct.
Yes.
And we're going
make
to
sure
have.
You're there. Yes.
Yeah. Chuck is also going to be doing the financial literacy piece, and we have a gentleman who's going to be doing the mental health piece, and his name is Shaka Fair.
So what we're looking at is a safe space for men to open up and talk about health, talk about mental health, and talk about things that we normally do not talk about.
And we're also, for the panel, we're going to have 2 workshops or 1 panel. The panel is going to be about the etiquette of communication between the sexes.
Yes, so necessary.
Yes.
Very much so. Very much so.
So what we're looking at is,
and there will be a couple of women there. I will be one of them. It's not going to be a whole bunch, but there will be because we're running it.
Yeah.
So the I can be found on Instagram, Colette Boston, Shifting Paradigms. You can find me on Instagram, Community Connection 1. On Facebook, Community Connection. You can find me Shifting the Paradigm on Facebook, Colette Boston Author, Colette Boston. I have several pages. I'm not going to list them all. Oh, my group page, In the Know, is amazing. Become a member, please. And also with YouTube.
Yes.
Take it away, Chuck.
Okay, YouTube. This actual program tonight will be uploaded by Thursday morning.
Yeah.
So if you missed anything or you want to go back and listen to the whole presentation again, because we were rocking hard up in here. So yes, you'll be able to watch this whole program. All we ask is that you hit the subscribe button, hit all the buttons that that you need on YouTube, so we can let you know when we're uploading new videos. And we're actually uploading old interviews also. So we are going to make this a real big movement. And what I can say is this. We have to give credit where credit is due, Miss Colette Boston, because if it were not for her, we would not have this illustrious panel that's every week that's coming up. What we're trying to do in Community Connections is we're trying to feed your mind, body, and soul. Amen. And this is what we try to do when it comes to Community Connections. So we thank dearly Miss Colette Boston for all her hard work. You guys don't get to see what she does all week and every day to make this happen. So we want to appreciate her. Give her flowers now.
Thank you.
And we want to thank Big Mike in the house, the engineer extraordinaire. So if it wasn't for him, the lights would not be on and the cameras
we would not even have this building.
So we want to say thank you, Big Mike. Yes.
We want to say Shasha.
Shasha.
Why am I getting this wrong? Me and the names. I don't know what's going on.
Just remember the running, the track.
I remember that. Sha. Okay. Shasha. We would like to thank Sasha for being here. Aisha, aka. And you seem like Aisha, honestly.
Yes, thank you.
You look like you were a runner too.
Was it their song, Aisha?
Yes, there was.
Aisha.
Oh, you want to play it?
I'm not going to play it. I remember that song. I forgot. Aisha.
My ABC.
ABC, that's another bad creation. There we go. Aisha. Yep.
Oh, another bad creation.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
So, yes. So
another bad creation.
Yes. Aisha, yeah.
I think we're gonna have that.
That was who was that? They're all grown up now, but we all gonna look into it.
Musician put them out.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Yeah. They do sound exactly like that, Mr. Bo. You sure it wasn't Bell Biv DeVoe that put him out? Yeah. It sounds like yeah. It's Bell Biv DeVoe because this sounds like poison.
She touched my hand, that's when I fell in love. Aisha, you are the girl that I never had.
You guys can't hear Shasha saying the words over there.
Man, these 5 young boys out of Atlanta, GA, a real mentor. They kind of like remind me of me and my boys No Ditch, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so all you people out there riding in your cars, listening to the radio station, or cold maxing in your living room watching this here video, check the second verse.
We play Nintendo.
This was our very first date. I didn't want to make it seem too small. We played Nintendo.
That was awesome. That was awesome. That was awesome.
Yes, it definitely
Yes,
did.
another
Thank
bad
you.
creation. Wow. What a song to go out to. But I would like to go out to we're gonna go out to Natural Black, and it came out before, and we're gonna let somebody listen to it.
Just like that.
Nice. Come on.
Me no remember where me get the loving from, but it nice. Coulda be Susie too, we coulda be Joyce. Nice. She touch me and she squeeze me, make me jump and rejoice. Nice. Every night and day she give me singing. Wonder if the girl will give me the number of the man. Coulda be the teacher from Douglas of Lamar.
Thank you so very much for being a part of Community Connection. As we go out to Nicey. We thank Natural Black for being here. We thank his manager, Mark Wallace, for being here. We thank Percy, a.k.a. Desmond Klein. We thank Shaka Doubles. And we also thank no, I already said that. Your guest. Who was your guest? We thank Zebulon, the counselor, for being a part of Talking to Town Radio. And we thank Sasha. And we also thank Chuck, the finance guy.
Thank you.
Thank you as well. Love you all. Be well.
You see Sunday, July 2nd? That's the day to rock your walk in style. As the Hills Family Center, the massive all-wide affair. Nazareth Home, 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11203. It's gonna be the settings. And trust me, Patiaga love. To the Heart Away, Super Ray and Ralph one-man band. And the DJs, Randy Goldstone, DJ Moses, and DJ Flex are gonna be in the building. Doors open at 6. First 100 early bird tickets, $20, $25 after, and more at the door. Get your tickets at the Hills Restaurant, 4706 Church Avenue, Brooklyn, 11206. Or call Lady Doris on 347-262-1108. Rock your wife, and everything's gonna be alright at the All-White Affair. Sunday, July 2nd, inside the Nazareth Hall on East 57th Street, Brooklyn. Just forward on the Saturday, man. It's gonna be crazy!
On Monday, July 3rd, Hector Nature Boy presents Soul Ruler, the Pink and White Midnight Cruise, with live performance by Jamaica Singing Duppy. Ghost.
Hey my people, this is your main Ghost, letting you know that Hector Nature Boy proudly presents a thing called Soul Ruler, Pink and White Midnight Cruise.
And also live performance by Thriller U.
Hey yo, this is Thriller endorsing this event to the fullest. Soul Ruler, Pink and White Affair. Let my love shine throughout the world.
Hosted by Toya Sortout and Future Fambo. Monday, July 3rd. Aboard the Nautical Empress, departing 140-58th Street. You'll be musically entertained by Glamour Wayne, Buka Jagabi, Chifa. Purchase tickets online now at Eventbrite.com. In Brooklyn, at Ken Jamaican Restaurant, Pink Palace Beauty Salon, Tracy Wood Style Design Studio. In Queens with Dr. B. At Skinner Steve. And in Long Island, Prestige Palace. Or contact Hector Nature Boy at 347-575-0472. Or Stacy Mack at 516-519-1053.
No matter how
On Monday, July 3rd, Hector Nature Boy presents Soul Ruler, the Pink and White Midnight Cruise, with live performance.
Caribbean Power Jam Radio presents Jammers on the Water, the exclusive all-white boat ride, Saturday, July 15th, with two big bands, Stitchy Vibe Machine versus Super Ray, music by Team Unity Squad, DJ Flex, DJ Soca Dread, bringing you two levels of pure vibes aboard the luxurious Nautical Empress at Brooklyn Army Terminal, 140 58th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11220. Boarding time 11 p.m., departure midnight. For tickets, visit frontlineticketing.com or eventbrite.com. Caribbean Power Jam Radio, 169 Remsen Avenue in Fun City, Brooklyn. Call 347-425-8227. Sand Hills Restaurant, 4706 Church Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11203. Call 718-691-5409. And Sybil's Veggie Castle, 1329 Liberty Avenue, South Richmond Hill, New York. Call 718-641-8342. The Big Jammers on the Water, exclusive all-white boat ride. Oh man, you don't want to miss it.
This party can, you must just sit your voice, push and learn. Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it.
Caribbean Power Jam Radio presents Jammers on the Water, the exclusive all-white boat ride, Saturday, July 15th, with two big bands, Stitchy Vibe Machine versus Super Ray, music by Team Unity Squad, DJ Flex, DJ Soca Dread, bringing you two levels of pure vibes aboard the luxurious Nautical Empress at Brooklyn Army Terminal, 140 58th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11220. Boarding time 11 p.m., departure midnight. For tickets, visit frontlineticketing.com or eventbrite.com. Caribbean Power Jam Radio, 169 Remsen Avenue in Fun City, Brooklyn. Call 347-425-8227. Sand Hills Restaurant, 4706 Church Avenue, Brooklyn, New York, 11203. Call 718-691-5409. And Sybil's Veggie Castle, 1329 Liberty Avenue, South Richmond Hill, New York. Call 718-641-8342. The Big Jammers on the Water, exclusive all-white boat ride. Oh man, you don't want to miss it.
This party can, you must just sit your voice, push and learn. Watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it, watch it.
You see, Sunday, July 2nd, that's the day to rock your world in style. As the Hills Family Center, the massive all-white affair. Nazareth Hall, 475 East 57th Street, Brooklyn, New York, 11203. It's gonna be the settings. And trust me, Patiaga love. To the Hardaway, Super Ray and Ralph one-man band, and the DJs Randy Goldstone, DJ Moses, and DJ Flex are gonna be in the building. Doors open at 6. First 100 early bird tickets, $20, $25 after, and more at the door. Get your tickets at the Hills Restaurant, 4706 Church Avenue, Brooklyn, 11206. Or call Lady Doris on 347-262-1108. Rock your wife, and everything's gonna be alright at the All-White Affair. Sunday, July 2nd, inside the Nazareth Hall on East 57th Street, Brooklyn. Just forward on the Saturday, man. It's gonna be crazy!
Yes. On Monday, July 3rd, Hector Nature Boy presents Soul Ruler, the Pink and White Midnight Cruise, with live performance by Jamaica's Singing Duppy. Ghost.
Hey my people, this is your main Ghost, letting you know that Hector Nature Boy proudly present a thing called Soul Ruler, Pink and White Midnight Cruise.
And also live performance by Thriller U.
Hey yo, this is Trillia endorsing this event to the fullest. Soul ruler, pink and white affair. Let my love shine throughout the world.
Hosted by Toya Sortout and Future Fambo. Monday, July 3rd. Aboard the Nautical Empress. Departing 140-58th Street. You'll be musically entertained by Glamour Wayne, Buka Jagabi, Chifa. Purchase tickets online now at Eventbrite.com. In Brooklyn, at Ken Jamaican Restaurant. Pink Palace Beauty Salon. Tracy with Style Design Studio. In Queens with Dr. B. At Skinner Steve. And in Long Island, Prestige Palace. Or contact Hector Nature Boy at 347-575-0472. Or Stacy Mack at 516-519-1053. On Monday, July 3rd, Hector Nature Boy presents Soul Ruler, the Pink and White Midnight Crew.